Who are Sandy Hook truthers, and how did they come about? They have become the internet's most dangerous cult. Their leaders are contrived by individuals who seem to have big egos and are in it to make a quick buck. Their theories have been debunked over and over. So why do they continue? The only logical answer to that is, they are government agents hired to spread disinfo. Why? Because Sandy Hook truthers are obviously a setup to discredit 9/11 truth when footage and more evidence of this mass shooting is released. So who are the main players involved in pushing this disinfo originally? Let's take a look. Dave Johnson, YouTube's #1 disinfo agent. Dave comes out of military base Camp Pendleton, the same base that has produced Pete Santilli, Mark Dice, Adam Koch and more. Camp Pendleton is a hornet's nest for military disinfo agents online. Dave was the first channel and had the first video uploaded to YouTube calling Sandy Hook a hoax.
Hoax. Like I said, I've told you everything you need to know. It's a lie from beginning to end. It's a hoax. It didn't happen. Nobody died.
Now, we must be ready for a new danger.
Why is the Sandy Hook truther cult infiltrated with so many actors and military personnel? As for Dave Johnson, members of Anonymous stumbled upon his past career as an adult film star. The man who created the Sandy Hook hoax craze is a former porno star. Yes, you guessed it. Let's take a look.
Very, very hot.
You're not taking very much convincing to actually get naughty on camera.
Ready for us to show you what we're...
I think he's convincing enough, though.
Ready for me to show you what we're gonna do?
Yeah. Let me see.
This is
Bring it on.
You get to have a great time with a great guy, and you get to make some extra cash.
Starts a little like...
Ed Chirini, Dallas Goldbug, the originator of the method Sandy Hook truthers use to claim the parents of the dead Sandy Hook children are crisis actors. More reason to believe a Sandy Hook cult was created by some sort of intel agency. Let's hear Ed in his own words explain.
They fail to explain the fact that I'm the one that brought attention to these actors and their hoax events as far back as the Gabrielle Giffords hoax shooting. I'm the one that released the Greenbergs' personal family photographs. I'm the one that's linked all the fake hoax events that are all drills, all the school shootings, every single one of them, all the way back to the UT clock tower shooting, which you can see the work on my website.
So let's talk about Sandy Hook hoaxers. Okay? I was one of the few, I'll say top 20, obviously ranked #1, outspoken critic of Sandy Hook truthers in the truther movement. Okay? They attacked me relentlessly for years. I even had people like Brendan Hunt, X-Ray Ultra, do numerous videos about me and all these other Sandy Hook truthers. Because what they did was they took 9/11 truth, which really had a lot of smart people in it, where they literally had footage to look at and decipher for themselves evidence, okay? With Sandy Hook, you never had that. You didn't have camera footage. You barely had anything, just a few pictures, okay? So really, you can't come to, let's say, an opinion in saying if it's real or not. Even the people that believe it's real, you can't come down to that conclusion because there's no evidence. You are just presented what, let's say, mainstream media shows you. I believe if footage is actually released, it would stop a whole bunch of stuff. But the reason why footage is never released and other evidence is obvious, the Democrats are using it as a political weapon, which is really disgusting. And individuals affiliated with DNC have dragged my name into this whole Sandy Hook nonsense when I was really one of the lone voices in the truther community defending the parents of Sandy Hook. But if you know the history, one particular parent has latched on to me for no particular reason because I said that he had a whole bunch of members in his owner network that were former Sandy Hook truthers, and I told him, hey, these people are disgusting. They have a filthy mind to even believe that something like this would be a hoax in the first place. And these same individuals would constantly come out and call other events hoaxes. And I said, what kind of mindset is that? You should kick these people out. And he saw that as me hating on his network, and he latched on to me. And fast forward, these same people that I called out as being demented targeted my 11-year-old niece at the time and my 8-year-old nephew. That's just irrefutable proof, period. So there's also other members that have attacked my father that is waiting for a heart transplant as well. So the same individual that runs this network is now suing Alex Jones when he knows 100% well that the Sandy Hook hoaxers did not come from Alex Jones and his fan base. It came from the anti-Jewish base that has always attacked Alex Jones. The first person to ever call Sandy Hook a hoax was Dave Johnson. Was the truthers or supposed truthers that said no planes hit the World Trade Center. Alex Jones had nothing to do with calling Sandy Hook a hoax originally. He got dragged into it out of peer pressure, and you guys know it. You guys keep attaching Alex Jones' name to Sandy Hook, just as you have done to me, and I've never called Sandy Hook a hoax ever in my life. I actually defended the Sandy Hook parents, produced documentaries defending them, even launched websites called Tash.org, Truthers Against Sandy Hook Truthers, that exposed Sandy Hook Truthers. So this whole, oh, everybody's a Sandy Hook Truther is disgusting. Stop latching people's names with supposed baby stalkers. So we all know the DNC is fascinated with babies. It's quite simple. They keep latching on to Sandy Hook this, Sandy Hook that, Sandy Hook this, Sandy Hook that, instead of saying, hey, release evidence, release footage, shut these Sandy Hook hoaxers up. They won't do it. They just keep dragging it along. So yes, the DNC, Democrats, liberals are baby stalkers. They are the most lowest forms of human beings on earth to continuously use Sandy Hook and mass shooting events as a political weapon to demonize people whose opinions differ, to silence free speech, to censor them. Because you see, when liberals and platforms like the Owner Network censor people, all you do is increase the numbers of the individuals that you are censoring. All you do is show a sign of defeat. Censoring people is a sign of rage. Censoring people to extreme levels is a sign that you cannot beat them. Posting my 11-year-old niece on over 30 slander domains is a sign that you cannot beat the person that opinions differ from yours. And in my case, my opinion was the same as yours. Yeah. So that even makes it worse. See that? So this is the problem we have with leftists. They claim that they're not mentally ill, but this particular parent admitted that he was a fan of Alex Jones. So we know that his mindset is of these so-called people that he's projecting towards. I wish other Sandy Hook parents would speak out on all these other opportunists like this individual that I'm talking about and say, hey, stop taking advantage of a tragic situation. Obviously, even Democrats know that they're using Sandy Hook as some sort of political weapon to demonize people and to obviously make a profit off of that. $1 million when you know for a fact that Alex Jones was not originally a so-called Sandy Hook hoaxer. he got dragged into it. I'll say within 3 months, out of peer pressure, out of people calling him a shill, etc., people attacking him losing his listeners. He had to jump on that train. You know damn well he didn't originate that conspiracy theory. There's even people out there that say that my father needing a heart transplant, it's fake, it's a hoax. You don't see me saying, oh my God, how could you say that thing? I just ignore them. Because anybody that says such a thing, obviously a sane thinking person hearing it and looking at that would say, wow, this person is crazy, right? The person that's saying it's crazy, and they'll fall on deaf ears. But in this situation, this parent has took it upon himself to seek these people's attention. And when they respond back, he claims that he's the victim when he originally initiated the back and forth. I'm not talking about just copyrights. I'm talking about literally harassment, targeted gang stalking, and really the most pathetic garbage I've ever seen on the internet ever. I thought other individuals that I've gone back and forth on with the internet were bad, but this guy takes the cake because he has the so-called moral cover that he could do whatever he wants and it'll just fall on deaf ears. But looking at him, other sane people looking at his actions just say, wow, this guy has some serious mental issues. And I've said all along he has prolonged grief disorder, and I actually feel sorry for him. I think people are giving him the wrong advice, and people like me, obviously, you know damn well I'm giving him the right advice by saying stop what you're doing, stop being a troll, go live your life, go do this and that, and ignore these people. They're obviously crazy, they don't need your attention. But he has taken this path, and obviously he keeps initiating it. Obviously, what is going to happen when you sue Alex Jones for $1 million? You're just going to seek the attention of his fan base, and you're just going to increase what you call the hoaxer activity. If you ask me, in my opinion, it's being done on purpose. They're just using the hoaxers to continue this Sandy Hook garbage, because it is at this point garbage. I repeatedly have told this man, hey, I'm sorry for your son's loss. But how many years does this have to keep going on and on? Because it's obvious it's not coming from the Sandy Hook hoaxers at this point. They really don't know how to, let's say, be an internet troll. They're not that computer savvy. I mean, I'm talking from experience. I mean, going back and forth with Sandy Hook truthers for all those years, they're pretty dumb. And they don't have the skill or mindset to, let's say, be elite on the internet. So that's just my opinion. I just like to upload these videos to give my opinions because I've been in the so-called Sandy Hook fire, and when I upload videos like this, I like to use it as an example of how this network likes to censor opinions and how they like to attack people whose, in my situation, my opinion really isn't different than theirs. But the reason why they don't like me is because I don't like their network. I think their network is garbage, really, and doesn't represent mass shooting victims in a serious light. If anything, a unprofessional light. So there you have it. That has been my opinion.